This week on Times Drive, it's the all-new Swift. Maruti's real blue-eyed boy gets the treatment as we tell you what works and what doesn't.
Now, the older Swift was always a fun car to drive, and we are really pleased to report that the new one doesn't disappoint. In fact, it takes it a couple of notches higher.
Get into the bowels of Volkswagen Motorsports as we head to the home base as they break down a race polo just for us. We have a chat with superbikers Alex Rose and Jonathan Ria from World Superbike Championship team Castrol Honda, and our test drive of the 1.6-litre 6-speed diesel Hyundai Verna. This is Times Drive. I'm Joel Pereira, and this right here is the all-new Swift. It doesn't really need any introduction now, does it? It's one of the most anticipated cars of 2011. Problem is, I'm a little underwhelmed. It doesn't look very new now, does it? The older Swift didn't look like any Maruti that came before it, and the design was love it or hate it. Make no mistake, no, with the new Swift, this is an all-new platform. But as far as the body shell is concerned, it wasn't broke, so why should we fix it? You won't be able to see it immediately, but according to Maruti Suzuki, almost every single body panel on the new Swift has changed, and so it has. It's now longer, it's a little wider. But is it necessarily better? There's only one way to find out. Maruti might have changed everything with the Swift. It's an all-new platform, all-new body design, all-new interiors. But the one thing they haven't changed are the engines. The petrol and the diesel both carry forward from the older model. You've got the K-Series petrol engine, which was doing duty with the earlier Swift. Now this one comes with an 88 bhp and 140 Newton meters of torque, which is just about adequate. Now the K-Series petrol engine has been tweaked slightly to give you higher fuel efficiency. It's a marginal rise of about 4 to 5%. Now on the other hand, the diesel, well, that one comes with the same DDIS engine that you'd find in the previous Swift too. It's an engine we know and love. Peak power stands at 76 brake horsepower, but here's what's more important, 190 Newton meters of torque, and that too available all in the lower gears. Now hit the gas on both these cars and really nothing explosive is going to happen. The diesel is doing a 0 to 100 in 14 seconds, while the petrol is doing it in little more than 12, but yet the diesel feels far more peppier. Besides the engines, another carry forward from the older Swift is the 5-speed gearbox. Shifting is sweet and precise, but because these engines have very little oomph to them, you're going to be using this gearbox quite a bit. Now what I'm really loving on the all-new Swift is the ride and handling. Maruti claims to have tweaked the suspension according to a rally format, and it seems to have worked. Body roll is almost negated, and all movement is vertical rather than horizontal. So the real star of the all-new Swift isn't the powertrain then, it's the chassis and suspension. Now the older Swift was always a fun car to drive, and we are really pleased to report that the new one doesn't disappoint. In fact, it takes it a couple of notches higher. Cruise along an open highway and the Swift behaves as it should, without any shake or wobble, completely flat. But if you want to have some fun with this car, you need to hit a corner really hard. Now you will hear a bit of tire squeal, but that's the fun of it. What you're not going to get at all is any body roll, and that is seriously impressive. Now the dynamics engineers down at Suzuki really need a round of applause. They've managed to achieve that great balance between ride and handling. Hit a pothole hard and you'll feel it, but not in that bouncy, jarring way you'd feel in most cars. All you'll hear from the Swift is a thud, a bit of a shake. That's about it. Now this chassis might be tough enough to give you that razor sharp handling, but the suspension is also pliant enough to absorb pretty much anything that our roads can throw at it. Now what this car is begging for, pleading really desperately, is a larger engine. I know this is India and mileage is everything, but seriously, Maruti, the 1.6 variant, you already have it. Bring it here, please. It's been launched already, and I know what a lot of people are going to say when they see this car. They're going to think of it as just an upgrade, which is sad but completely untrue. There are changes, and the more you look at it, the more apparent they become. For instance, the headlamps are now longer, the bonnet is longer, the tail lamps drop into the fender, and if you get the top-end ZX or ZD variant, you're also getting 15-inch wheels. Now another place Maruti has really upped its game is the fit, finish and styling of its interiors. You've got an all-black, very classic look, along with the bits of technology that you've come to expect in cars of this class. Like for instance, climate control, a really good stereo with USB and aux support, and steering mounted audio controls. And now we come to the big fat question that's staring us right in the face. Is this car as good as the older Swift? And 2, should you go out and buy one? Well, if you're a typical car buyer in this category, well yes, it does check out all the right boxes. It's got great mileage, it's got great interiors, the styling hasn't changed much, but then it was something we always knew and loved. And despite its lack of absolute power, it's got 2 great engines too. And it does seem like the price is right. Ex-showroom Delhi, you can get the base petrol Swift for 4.22 lakhs, while the low-end diesel could be yours for 5.17. On the other end, the fully loaded ZXi will cost you 5.53 lakhs, while the all-new ZD variant 6.38. Should you go out and buy one? According to Maruti, bookings opened about a month ago, and 50,000 people already have.